interrupt this video real quick. Listen, I got some shirts made, and I think they're pretty cool. Brian Davis Races on the front. You can too on the back. And I want to get these out to you guys because they don't do any good in my house. They are super high quality, made here in the States, upgraded ink. They are going to last a long time. So I only have so many of them to give away though. So if you can leave a comment in this video, if you can subscribe, if you could share this video on Facebook, or let the world know that you enjoy watching my content, as well as some other YouTubers that you like. That'd be a cool way to put a post together, like here's my top 5 YouTubers that I enjoy watching. I think that'd be really cool. So if you do that, just tag me in a post or send me a screenshot or somehow get in touch with me, and I will randomly select a number of you to send out t-shirts to. So I'll just get in touch with you, get your shipping address, get your size, and we'll get them done because I got to get these out. I don't want them in my house. Let's get them out to you. Thanks for watching the channel. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get back into this video. So I have not raced mountain bikes in 6 years, according to Facebook. And the last time I raced was actually at this course. And I quit after 1 lap and thought I might actually die. Now, interestingly, that was during a time where Fix It Sticks was absolutely crushing my life, and I did not have very much time to train. So I was very out of shape, and my back hurt a lot. So we're hoping today goes a little bit better. Bike's pretty well set up. That practice session the other day was really smart, but I did that. And I really don't know. Really don't know. So interestingly, in the mountain bike category, at least here in Wisconsin, you self-select what category you want to race in. So there's citizen, sport, comp, and elite. And I will be doing comp. It's 4 laps. And like I said, it's on a ski hill, so I imagine this is going to be painful for me because I do not love to climb, and my mountain bike is actually my fat bike repurposed as a mountain bike, so it's not the most perfect tool for the job, but it'll work. We're gonna have fun. Don't really care how I finish. And in fact, speaking of that, here's my strategy today. Typically when I start a race like this, I get all excited and I throw elbows right off the bat and try to get to the front of the group. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to tuck in about 10 riders deep. And if I screw up the start because I didn't try hard enough, fine. But what usually happens is I go out way too hard, and then all kinds of people pass me because I can't keep that pace up. So that's really what I want to avoid today. That's what I want to get out of today, is more of a strategic start based on the realities of my physical capability. That's the goal. All right, let's jump out there. You know, fun vibe. So many people here, and road racing just doesn't quite get as many people in Wisconsin. So it's kind of fun to see the bike culture alive and well. And then porta potties. They have a lot of them, and it's awesome. The waiting, pretty nice and clean. It's a positive story. All the porta potties. I'm curious how many people race comp. I see a lot of people here still, and I think it's comp and elite, with comp doing 4 laps, elite doing 5. Not sure who goes with us. I think there's another group that goes at 2:30 as well. Holy smokes, what a great day. A little warm, but no complaints. It is gorgeous. Fit for mountain biking. Alright, I'm gonna try this stuff. A teammate gave this to me. It's supposed to make your heart rate more manageable for at least a little while. And I can't think of a time that I would need that more than right now. So it says to take this a half hour before the race. It's exactly a half hour before the race. So we'll give her a go. Let's see how this thing tastes. Oh, that is awful. Fuck. That is awful. Holy cow, does that taste bad. Oof da. Hey, race fam! Brian Davis Races, and you can too. Alright, special edition of Brian Davis Races. I am taking to mountain biking. Fun fact, mountain biking was actually how I got started in cycling. Yeah, I guess mountain bike was the first real bike I had. And then got into triathlon. So the first time I ever did a mountain bike race was quite an experience. I've done a podcast on this story, but it's kind of funny. So we'll get to that later. Anyway, here's the whole shot in the race. If recall what I said at the beginning of the video, I didn't want to overcook myself, which I did every time I've ever raced a mountain bike. I significantly overcooked myself in the first 10 minutes. This time I was dedicated to not having that happen, and I think I did a really good job. I really held back on jumping up the ranks here. Now, I did this course, like I said in the beginning, 6 years ago, but other than that, you cannot ride mountain bikes on these trails, even though they're perfect. It's a long story, but I think the only time to ride bikes here is once a year for this particular race, which is sad, but true. So, in any event, this place is about an hour from my house, and I don't know the politics of it, but they have these great trails, and it's a cross-country ski club, and it's their property and their choice, and they choose not to open it up to mountain bikes in the summer. So here's cool. These are cool. This is the ski jump facility they have there. Pretty awesome. In any event, they are fun trails. They are not overly technical. They're pretty fast, flowy. It's actually an unbelievable place to ride because it's just hard enough with these hills and just fun enough with the downhill. So great course. Like I said, I did this last time. Wars as an organization is fantastic. I think they do like 10 races. I'm not sure. Somebody will correct me in the comments. But each year, and it's a really well-known series in the whole country. Really well organized, great attendance. People come from all over. They commit their whole summers as families to camping and following the Wars show. Sounds awesome. So in any event, like I said, I held back on passing a whole bunch of people in the beginning because I didn't want to overcook myself. Now, at this point, I feel like I am feeling really good. I should probably get by some people before we get into single track again, and I do. So here's a three-man pass. I feel good about that, and I might catch the fourth one here. Yeah, and that was really well timed. That's right before we go into single track, and that turned out to be a pretty strong move. Now, I am not a very aware mountain bike racer, so I don't know necessarily who passed me or what group I was in or how far back I am on the road. I do know I got third in my age group, which was pitifully behind in the overall. But whatever. It is what it is. I accomplished my mission, not going out too hard. So that stuff I took in the video is from a company called Human, but they spell the U with a V. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it, but in any event, it's ketone replacements. I have not done the research into the science of that. A teammate of mine gave me that little bottle, and it's supposed to steady your heart rate for, like I said, you take that a half hour before the race, and it's supposed to give you a couple of, at least his experience with it is that you get a little bit more exertion out of your typical heart range, if that makes sense. So I did find that to be true. I felt like this race, for how little I've been mountain biking, which includes absolutely zero other than a 2-hour ride 4 days prior to this on a different set of trails. I have done no mountain biking in over a year. I don't know, maybe, anyway, almost a year. So other than fat biking, but that's not really too similar. So in any event, this was fun. The group, it's such a nice vibe, mountain biking. I really do like it. There's things I love about road racing, and there's things I love about mountain biking. And they're just different. They're apples and oranges, so I'm not going to say one's better or worse or anything than the other. Of course not, but they're very, very different, and I love them both for different reasons. So I'm not an awful mountain biker. Handling-wise, I'm not great. I'm pretty middle-of-the-road mountain biker, I guess I would say. So the fitness thing for mountain biking has always been difficult for me because my fitness type is not to pin it all out every time, heart rate maxed, and that is what mountain biking requires. My style is short, explosive efforts with some recovery in between, and that's why I like crits so much. So in any event, my heart rate is, everyone likes to say this in the comments, my heart rate is weird. I had thyroid problems a number of years ago, and that for whatever reason my heart has just never been the same since. So I don't notice that in any sort of exertion, or I don't feel like I've lost any power or capability ever since that thyroid thing, but my heart rate is significantly lower in terms of readings than anyone else that I ride with. I've used multiple heart rate monitors, multiple head units. It's always this way. So my max heart rate, like going to die, if I get to 165, that's pretty much lights out. I should say 167 is definitely lights out. 165 is sustainable for short durations, but anything over 165 is full out sprint, and I can't do that for more than a few seconds. So in any event, I'm not going to show the whole race, of course, as you can tell from the timestamp on the video, but I do want to go over a couple things. So there's things that I regret in this race, and there's things that I'm really happy about in this race. The thing I'm really happy about is this start. I did not overcook myself. I felt like I had a nice flow into the race, whereas in the years past I would go too hard, and then I would have to spend 15, almost 20 minutes recovering, and then I could get after it again. So this time I tried to soften that up, and I think I did a really good job of that. I did still hit a bit of a exertion wall. I don't think it was a nutrition thing, but this is a 4-lap race, and each lap was, gosh, I don't remember, somewhere over half an hour at least. Right? Is that right? Maybe 20, anyway, let's just say it's 22 minutes. I think my finishing time was 1:47. 1 hour, 47 minutes. So don't do math on the air. so that's, let's call it 107 minutes divided by 4. So 26 minutes, 27 minutes per lap. So the first 2 laps went really well. The 3rd lap was a absolute slog, and then the 4th lap I picked it back up and did pretty well. So a ton of people passed me in the 3rd lap, and that's okay. I wasn't overly concerned about it. And the people that were passing me were very polite. Everybody was really nice. Excuse me, can I get by? In the single track, where they'd wait till we got to the double track. And this, that's the thing with mountain biking. I don't get how the guys at the pro level can accomplish that. I've ridden with and raced against in fat biking the guy who won this race, Cole. He is exceptionally talented at passing people in single track. I've seen videos of him do it, and I just cannot for the life of me figure out how that works. So it is truly an incredible talent to watch him get around people, or other people at that level too, to watch them get around lap traffic or slower riders. And it just doesn't seem to happen in this lower category races where people are too anxious to be aggressive, and which is great. They shouldn't be, because no one's really winning any money in these categories, so not a huge deal. Everyone was polite, so if somebody was going by, they would announce themselves, and I did the same thing when I passed people, and I was polite as well and didn't try to cram myself into places I don't belong to get around single track folks. Now in the beginning of races it can be a little bit hotter, which is why they generally start a mountain bike race out on an uphill or a long flat for everybody to go single file before they get into anything that's competitive like single track. So that's certainly the case here. If you remember the beginning of this course, we went straight up a hill for a little while, and that tends to separate things out. So here you can see my heart rate, 162 on the Garmin, and that is that's pretty much all she's got. So anyway, at the end of this little clip, this will be coming to an end soon, I'm going to show you just a little clip of a GoPro 7 footage with audio, and then a small clip of a Garmin Verb clip with audio. The GoPro 7 is great. It's much newer technology, so the stabilization is going to be way better. The sound's going to be better. All those things are the case. There are some things I still love about the Verb. So both cameras were front-facing during this race, and I alternated between one or the other. The biggest thing that I like about the Garmin Verb is that it has a hard switch, so you absolutely positively know when it's recording. The thing I hate about any of the GoPros, it's just beeps. Man, you can't hear a beep when you're pinning it and your heart rate is jacked. You just can't pay attention to what that beep is trying to tell you, and it beeps sometimes for no reason. Like if it's 15 minutes of inactivity, it beeps off, and I know there's settings for all these things, but it's just annoying. I like flipping the switch. If it's on, and if it's not, it's not. Oh, almost crashed there first lap, but it was a bit of a dab, we'll call that, and recovered. So this race was a lot of fun. I'm glad that I did it, because there has not been many road racing opportunities in Wisconsin this spring. I was thankful to have the heart rate push. The vibe of the race was a lot of fun, like I said, and just had a blast. So if you get a chance to go mountain biking, mountain bike racing, even though if you're a roadie, it's a great way to practice your skills. It's a great way to get more comfortable on any bike. It's a great way to just build a lot of confidence. And it's also an amazing way to get a incredible heart rate workout, that's for sure. So my interpretation of mountain bike racing, very, very hard and very, very different from what I'm used to. All right, let's check out the GoPro versus Garmin here. Thanks. So the Garmin's more bouncy and not as refined on the sound. Now in the end there was an elite person right behind me and he's like, I'm not in your category. I'm like, okay, well we're going to sprint anyway. And he came around me for the moral victory, so good for him. Nice guy. I would murder somebody for a brat right now. Look, they had beer. This nice lady had beer. All I had to do was give her $3, and then I got beer. $3. It's the best deal ever. Well, I think I got third in my age group. It's good to be old. All right, thanks for watching Brian Davis Races. Our goal in this channel is to grow our sport, grow our knowledge, and grow our fitness. Hopefully I delivered that to you today. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. At the very least, smack that like button. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all soon.